Perfect. Okay. Hi everyone, I hope this is focusing right. This is a brand new lens I'm using, so if it looks unfocused, I'm so sorry. I can't see from here. And I have a really high prescription on my contacts, so that's just how blind I am. So I want to make this really short. I know I've been kind of MIA on my blog, on my social media, but I have good reasons. I have really amazingly good reasons for that, which I will explain in a later blog. But today I want to talk about a blog post that I try to be as honest as possible and as real as possibly possible in all of everything that I write and everything that I post. Sincerely, really. And what I'm going to talk about today is something that really not affects me, but I guess I'm really close to my heart. 2020, I know everybody says it was like a horrible year, but specifically to me, it was like a good and bad year, because when a lot of things were closing, a lot of bigger and better things were opening up in my personal life. And one of those things were friendships. I lost a lot of friends, but then I gained amazing people in my life. With that, I wanted to talk about something because I have had my share of good and bad friendships in my life. Something that I really want to touch on today is the top 5 people that you need to dump today. Specifically, friends. My nail is broken. Don't pay too much attention to it. So I'm just gonna get started because I don't want to make this video any longer than it should be. So I have notes on my phone so that I don't miss anything, because along with all these like pinpoints, I have personal stories, because all of this comes from personal experiences. Number 1, the no text backer. Not a word, made it up, whatever. So this is totally different from a bad texter. A bad texter, you know, they're just, I don't know, they have poor memory. They don't remember to reply back to you. They're super busy, they're not on their phone that much. That's a bad texter, because a bad texter will eventually get back to you. However, the no text backer, as I like to call them, never gets back to you. Like ever, like you're just waiting and waiting and waiting. They post on social media, they hang out with all these people, and they just never rotate back to you. And sometimes it feels intentional. And personally, it makes me feel like your followers are more important than people in your personal life. And it also feels like I'm just not significant enough to you for you to answer a question that I had, or I don't know, anything that I might have sent you. I mean, you don't have to give me a whole paragraph, just reply. Like, it's not that hard. I know it's not. I can get super busy too, and I always manage to get back to everyone. They make me feel like they don't want to talk to me, so then I get it. You don't want to talk to me, fine, don't talk to me, whatever. So, bye. I can't deal with that, because if I feel a certain type of way in a friendship, I'm not gonna stay. You know, and I think everybody should be that way. I'm sharing all of these things with all of you because I want all of my readers, or anybody that comes across this video or my Instagram or whatever, I feel like I have messages I want to send, and that's the whole point of me making this video and writing these blogs. I have messages and I have encouragement, because sometimes I feel like I'm going through things alone, and I want advice, and I want to know if somebody else is going through the same things. So I want to let you guys know that if you guys are going through this, I want to give you my wholeheartedly genuine advice as best as I can give it, and let you know that I've been through these things as well, and here's how I get through it. And I think that this is a good way for you to get through it as well. So if you have a no text backer friend, makes you feel insignificant, makes you feel like you're not worth being a part of their life, just walk away. It's not worth it. Oh, and another thing I was gonna add to that, see, this is why I make notes. I have a terrible memory. These people, no text backers, also tend to only text you back when they need something. They will not answer your messages. They will not touch those messages in their phone, but they will fish for your name in that search bar in their phone when they need something. I have been that person, okay? It sucks. They just need you when they need you, want you when they want you. And another reason why I say tell them goodbye. You're not worth it. They're not worth it. Number 2, the envious one. I think all of us, whether we admit it or not, have had a friend, at least one, in our entire lifetime that happened to be kind of jealous. I have had people in the past, friends, that have acted very, just really weird and straight up jealous. I don't know why. Like I said, I don't think I've ever felt jealousy or hatred towards a friend ever. So I don't understand it. However, it has happened to me. And there are just certain things that you notice and you kind of just brush off. Don't brush it off. Your gut is right. That person doesn't like you. That person is jealous of you, and you need to, again, walk away. A big theme of this vlog and this video is walk away. Something that I wrote down in the blog is some examples, are like when they make snarky, weird, random, and kind of insulting comments, but you just keep quiet because you're not sure, or you don't want to make a scene, and you don't want to like ruin the friendship or whatever. You're just like, oh, maybe it's just me, whatever. But it keeps happening, and you keep thinking, why are you saying that? What's the point of that? I think these things, and I don't say anything. I always see the good in people. That can be such a good thing, and that can be really, really bad thing. Because when there are really bad things that are being said to me in my face, like in this instant, in this example that I'm giving, I just brush it off, and I'm like, oh, maybe they're talking about someone else, or maybe it's not. It didn't come out how they meant it. Sometimes they do mean it, and like I said before, you need to trust your gut. Okay. I saw that it was kind of blurry the last time, so I'm gonna try to get a little bit closer. Okay. Well, sometimes we don't know that we're friends with envious friends. Sometimes like jealous people just have like these weird characteristics. So some of the examples that I used in my blog are, they sometimes seem bored or uninterested when you share with them your exciting or good news. Did a little bit of traveling late last year. The first person I told all about my trip to was one of my friends, and I was telling her something big that happened, and she just didn't react. And this was a big thing in my life, and she knew it. And she was like, oh, that's not my reaction when a friend of mine, a good close friend of mine, tells me something great that happened to them. My reaction is, oh my gosh, no way. Times 10, of course. You just have to get me in the moment. I can't do it right now. Oh, also, big red flag. When you're telling them about something bad that happened to you, like bad news or just something in general, like something bad that happened to you, and they start smiling or laughing about it, come on, come on, that's not normal behavior. That's not normal friend behavior. If they're doing that, they're clearly enjoying it, enjoying the bad news that you're giving them. I mean, if you've been through this, you know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, then you're probably like, oh wow, people really do that? Yes, it's been done to me. Yeah. If you're a real friend to yourself, you will walk away from this one. You have to remember to care about yourself and care about your heart. You know, if you're anything like me, you think about the other person's heart. You think about how the other person feels. And then I forget about how I feel and how I'm feeling in that moment. And I have to trace back to myself. Like, oh my gosh, I feel terrible. This person is making me feel terrible. I don't think I should be around this person anymore. I felt bad for thinking that I couldn't be friends with this person anymore, because we did have a good time when we hung out. We did. We had a really good thing going with each other, but this friend had this sort of animosity towards me for, I don't know for how long, because we had been friends forever, since before high school. And I just felt it, and I decided that I didn't want to feel that way anymore. And no one should be or feel allowed to treat you in which way they want to. That is wrong, that is not okay. Number 3, the one that doesn't let you into their personal life. So I start off this paragraph with a story. I have this friend, we were talking about something, and I realized that something really, really, really big in her life had happened. Like big, like I know this girl's past. She's had a hard past. And this really like almost miraculous thing happened to her. And I thought, well, you know, she might want to talk about it with me, what she considers her best friend. So I would try to bring it up. Nothing. I mean, nothing. Like I think I asked her, so this happened? And she was like, no. And in my mind, I'm thinking, you don't want to share with your best friend? You don't want to talk about this huge part of your life that just happened like yesterday, so it's fresh and it's new and it's exciting, and you don't want to talk about it? It was just so weird. Just so weird. And then it was also in that moment that I realized that it wasn't the first time that she had done something like this. I felt very in the dark from her life for a very long time. And again, in a friendship, not okay. I understand that you might not want to tell your friend everything. That's fair. You don't have to tell anybody everything. But what I'm saying is tell them, if you consider them your friend. I mean, the whole point of a good, close friendship is to discuss and to vent and to let them know about what's going on in your life. And this girl, she kept me in the dark. She almost like she was keeping a safe distance from me. It just felt weird. I didn't like that feeling, so no more. No more. When you feel like you're sharing a big part of your life all the time with them and they don't reciprocate, you know, that's not reciprocated, you need to leave. I mean, what's the point of that? You're gonna feel alone. That's how I felt in that friendship. I felt alone, and I didn't know. I started to wonder how she felt about me, how she thought about me. Why isn't she letting me in? That's my opinion. That is not right. Number 4, the one that chases people with clout. Okay, this irks me. Like, you have no idea. These certain types of people. Now, I've encountered at least 2 in my personal life, right? Like, you see these people all the time. People that chase people with popularity, that chase people with a certain social status. But in my personal life, I've only had 2, and 2 is enough because it is so annoying. Like, I cannot explain to you how just confused I feel whenever they start to talk about people that have lots of followers on Instagram or Twitter and subscribers on YouTube, like they make it a conversation. So you just like people that have a little bit of fame going. I could tell that they didn't see me as like high on their radar, because I didn't have that kind of like recognition, right? And a lot of people consider that like a really big deal. I remember I was having this conversation with a friend, and like I don't know how long he talked about this girl, and he started off by, she has 1 million subscribers on YouTube. And his face was like beaming because he knew her and he was her friend. He was like, yeah, we're gonna hang out this weekend. She just makes these videos and she gets like millions of views. And I'm gonna hang out with her. And yeah, we've been talking for some time, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, cool. There's just a difference when they speak to you and then when they talk about these other person. They have these people up here, and I could feel that I was down here just because I wasn't quote unquote internet famous. And that is, not only is that super weird to me, but when you consider this person a friend, it just gets really old. That's another thing. It reminds me of high school. High school is over. We're in our 20s, 30s. You know, the people that I surround myself with, we're older. We are years past high school. That chase for popularity should have stopped a long time ago. Like, it's normal for teenagers to want that, right? It's completely normal. I don't know the psychology behind it, but it's normal. Like, everybody's at the age where they're coming into their own, and I get it. But when I was a teenager, I didn't care much about it. I didn't want to be part of the in crowd. But I had this one friend who she just really, I remember in high school, she really, really wanted that. And she kind of like, she would get very envious of people that found it. High school is over and she is still chasing after those people. She's chasing after the people that have thousands of followers on Instagram. She's chasing them around because, you know, she wants to be a part of that group and she wants to be a part of that scene. And I understand that when people have certain artistic abilities and creativities, like, you want to be a part of that simply because you are also an artistic and creative person. I get that. But there's that, and then there's wanting a friendship with them because you want to be part of that Instagram crowd. You know, they want to be tagged in all their photos and videos, and they just want to hang out with him. And this one particular friend, you know, she hasn't grown out of that. And that's really sad because we're getting older, and at some point it starts to look pathetic. It starts to look pathetic. I mean, you know, your real friends are the people you should be focused on. The people that have been there since day one, not the people that are giving you the amount of Instagram followers I want. I felt kind of left out because this friend just didn't see me as highly as she did these other people. All I'm saying is, if you have a friend like that, remember that in their mind, you're down here and they're up here. And as long as they have that mindset, that's never gonna change, and that's never gonna make you feel any better, so you need to leave. Ooh, this is a good one. Number 5 and the last one, the one that makes you feel belittled, but they do this in soft and subtle ways. I mean, like, you're just not good enough. They make you feel bad for certain things, for whatever, for how you are, for who you are, for the things that you say, for the way that you act. You should never be ashamed within your group of friends. You should always feel safe. I think everybody should feel like when they get together with their friends, they should feel like they're safe and they can be completely 100% themselves. And unfortunately, not everybody gives us that vibe. And there are people that for whatever reason that it may be, maybe it's in this list that I made, they just don't make you feel good as a person, as their friend, as who you are. There are friends that I love deep down to my core. And when I hang out with them, I still love them, but there's a part of me that feels like I'm kind of being judged. I'm kind of being criticized. I feel like I can't be myself. I feel kind of stiff when I'm with them because I feel like I can't really open up, like I can't really be myself because I can feel the way that they're thinking, and then sometimes it comes out. And this friend of mine, you know, when they initially met me, I thought, you know, they really like me for this project because they think I'm smart, capable, and just, you know, creative enough to do this. And then I realized that that wasn't true because as soon as I would try to incorporate my mind, my ideas, my creativity, I would get shut down. And there's nothing worse that you can tell a creative person in that moment when you're working with something together than saying no, that's not gonna work. No, we can't do that because of whatever. I felt so belittled, and I'm in my mid-20s now, and I still don't feel completely safe enough in my own skin to speak up for myself. I don't know why, but I am getting better at it. And in this particular, sorry, it stopped recording. In this particular case, I couldn't speak up for myself. And I thought, wow, this is how this person sees me. This is how this person feels about me. They don't think that I am capable. They don't think that I'm good enough. They don't think that what my mind produces is good enough. And that is one of the worst feelings I've ever felt, especially coming from someone that I cared about, and I hope they cared about me. That's why I wanted to give you those lists of people that I believe you should walk away from, because those are people that I have chosen to walk away from. And I realized that I don't want to be walked all over all the time. I feel like I want better friends, and I feel like I should have let those old, not so great personalities go and make more room for better people to come into my life. And it's already happened. As soon as I put that idea in my head of letting these people go, beautiful people started walking into my life. And then you kind of feel trapped because you feel like if you let these people go, then you'll have nobody. And I've had that feeling. I felt like I didn't have anybody and I'd be all alone, and that's why I couldn't let these people go. But then, like I said, as soon as I put it in my head that these people are no good for me, naturally, organically, new and better people came into my life. So I think it's just a matter of taking the first step and letting these people go. There's a saying in Spanish, mejor sola que mal acompañada. Basically means it's better to be alone than to have crappy company. It's easier said than done, right? Not all of us can just walk away from these people that we've had probably for years in our lives, but trust me, you won't be alone for long. I think these are 5 people that if you have within your group, I think you should cut contact with. And it might take time, you know, it took me a while for me to cut these people out. It was not a one-time thing, trust me. I tried several times. And remind yourself that you deserve better friendships, and you will get them. I promise you, you will. So that's it. That's all I have to say. Read my blog post. I have some more details on there, and I will be sure to make more videos. So look out for those, and I will see you all when I see you, when I post the next one. And thank you so much for watching until the very end. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Bye.